Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage Grant Hallam, Vice President, Consulting Engineers of Alberta.
Good evening. My name is Grant Hallam, Consulting Engineers of Alberta Vice President, and I'm delighted to welcome you here this evening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the entrance of the head table. I'm not sure if that was me, but it says, I start speaking again once the head table is seated. And I'm assuming that means everyone else can take a seat. So if I could please have your attention to ensure that everyone does not miss the opening video. Please view our screens and let's get the evening started.
We're gonna build a road and a bridge across the river. We'll be calculating, see us innovating. This is engineering. They call us the unseen hands. Their maps a way for better living. We are men and women incorporating vision. This is engineering. Gonna figure out a way. Solutions for every problem. Do it safer, do it better, put the plan together, cause this is engineering. Let's change the world. Working with Mother Nature. Keep the air and the water clean while working on a dream. This is engineering. Drive, Confederation Bridge. Engineering, math, and science. Make the country better, connecting it together. That's how the North is one. Flying high as an arrow, pages, modems, sonar. Maple Leaf Engineering. We're gonna build a road and a bridge across the river. We'll be calculating, see us innovating. This is engineering.
Wow, how good is that? That was fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the 22nd Annual Consulting Engineers of Alberta Showcase Awards Gala with our presenting sponsor, Stantec Consulting. My name is Ryan Jesperson. I host the Ryan Jesperson Show on 630 CHED. It is an absolute honor to return as your master of ceremonies for what always proves to be a very special and an exciting evening. It's a difficult one for me out of the gates. I've suffered a net loss. I owe Grant Hallam, as a matter of fact, $1,000. He said to me ahead of the show, hey, Ryan, I'll bet you $1,000 I can get a room of 500 people that have been drinking and at an open bar for an hour to get to the 0 decibel level for 30 full seconds. I said, Grant, there's no way. And indeed, he proved that he could, orchestrating that. It's an unbelievable job. Grant, we'll add it IOU style at the end of the show. Really thrilled to be here, as mentioned. Tonight, we're going to be celebrating the present. Some of the great feats, the great achievements, the impressive projects across the province. We will recognize the past, the history, the rich history of engineering across this province that has got us to where we are today. And we will also recognize and celebrate, as our opening video alluded to, the future, the bright future of engineering in the province of Alberta. Now, I'm wearing this scarf. I did not earn this scarf by any means. But this scarf from the Schulich School of Engineering at the University of Calgary means a lot, I know, to a lot of you here. And I've already met some of the folks that are working and continuing to build Calgary. They're here tonight, excited to see if their projects are going to pay off. And I know that there are many graduates from the University of Calgary in this room. So it's an honor to represent the city of Calgary, by the way, the city in which I was born and raised, here tonight, the University of Calgary. My lapel pin, this gold lapel pin that I'm wearing, belonged to my grandfather, Rudy Dutka, who's a graduate of the engineering school at the University of Alberta, and who proudly worked for Chevron for more than 40 years. And when my grandpa passed, my son is named after my grandfather. He was a very meaningful individual to me in my development. He always instilled in me a great respect for the work that built this province and for the attitude that built this province. And when we lost my grandfather, when he passed away, there were two things when asked as a young man what I wanted to get my hands on. One of them was his hammer, hand-wrapped with hockey tape. When I hold it, I remember him using that same hammer. And the other was his lapel pin from the University of Alberta. He was such a proud graduate and represented the engineering grads at the U of A for so many years. So there's special meaning to me to be here tonight, despite the fact that I couldn't design my way out of a wet paper bag, and most of you know that by now if you've been here, if this is not your first Showcase Awards Gala. CEA is very proud tonight to recognize the theme, Where It Begins, recognizing the schools of engineering in Alberta. As mentioned, the CEA administration is sending a very special thank you out tonight for supporting this first-class annual event to their membership, external sponsors, and partners. The strong support does not go unnoticed, and it truly symbolizes the strength of the association. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the president of Consulting Engineers of Alberta, Mr. David Nagy.
Ryan does all of this without a speech, without a piece of paper. I'm an engineer, so I need paper. I need to keep things linear. So first off, I'd like to welcome everyone and thank everyone for coming here tonight. We do have a couple of special guests, and I'm really excited about that. First, I'd like to thank the Northlands, all their staff, the food you guys were about to eat. It's fantastic. We've done a tasting. I'm really proud of what we're going to do tonight here with the food. The deans from both universities are here tonight. We have my wife. I wanted to send out a personal thank you. Being president for CAA comes with a lot of traveling, a lot of time away from the house. So she covers me with the kids when I'm gone. And lastly, I wanted to thank the Lisa, Chantal, and Amanda, the CAA office, for all the coordination, and of course Ken for his leadership as CEO. The theme, where it begins. If you really think about it, it's very meaningful. In your university years, you start to form those networks, the relationships that you'll carry through your career, your professional life. And it's with those networks that the innovation does start. So when I think about, as president, we have to come up with our theme, and my theme is creating change. I couldn't think of another complementary theme as well as that complements it as well. So when I think of creating, it brings you into a state of consciousness, a mindset, where you're able to think of solutions to problems that you haven't even identified yet. And that creation is what drives innovation, and that's really the differentiator of all of our firms in our industry, is to provide some innovation and to create the better society, a better Alberta. In order to drive this innovation, you do need a strong structure to fall on. And that's where the CEA as an association comes into play. Through our partnerships with government, with other industries like construction, that structure is formed. It gives us the ability to take the risks, to look outside of the norm. More importantly, the CEA has a strong position on diversity. If you want to make change, you need to have a different perspective, and that comes from diversity. So we're here tonight to celebrate all of that. We're here to celebrate the structure, to celebrate the achievements that you've all done in the projects, the innovation that you've brought, but also we're here to celebrate our community, our industry, and our profession. Thank you very much.
Thanks, David. Beautifully said. Ladies and gentlemen, now it's my pleasure to introduce Alberta's Labour Minister, the Honourable Christina Gray, also serving the constituents in Edmonton Mill Woods, to bring greetings on behalf of the province of Alberta. Minister.
Good evening, everyone. And David, I used to be a programmer, so I also need the procedural notes of a speech to read from. I'd like to welcome everyone to tonight's event. Thank you very much for inviting me to be here. Minister Mason sends his deep regrets that he was not able to be here himself. I would very much like to thank the members of CEA for your contributions to this province and to congratulate you for 40 years of engineering-related excellence. The work that you do attracts investment, supports business, generates tens of thousands of jobs here in Alberta and right across the country, and it also helps to make life better for all Albertans. I welcome this opportunity to express the appreciation and gratitude of Premier Rachel Notley, myself, and all my colleagues in government. For CEA and the nearly 10,000 individuals who make up your organization, your commitment to our province is cause for celebration tonight. And as our province continues the recovery that we see happening, CEA's role in ensuring the highest standards of engineering is now more important than ever. From oil and gas, mining and construction, to software development, members uphold standards of quality, safety, and experience set by CEA in many diverse roles. Albertans can be confident knowing your members are being provided the best service possible. These high standards help to keep our province safe and contribute to our overall economic well-being. And as I learned from the video at the beginning, you are all a little bit gangster. So tonight, we celebrate that excellence in engineering consulting through the various awards, including the Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement in Consulting Engineering, the Harold L. Morrison Rising Young Professional Award, and the other 52 project submissions from members vying for the awards for excellence and merit. So thank you for all the work that you do, for your dedication to excellence in your field, and for helping not only to make life better in Alberta, but globally as well. As you continue to build Alberta, our government is looking forward to renewed economic prosperity as our province continues to recover, because things are starting to look up. Alberta is the fastest growing economy in Canada, creating tens of thousands of full-time jobs, nearly all in the private sector. Our unemployment rate is now at the lowest level in 2 years. Average weekly earnings are at the highest level since the recession and highest in the country, and you are all a big part of that. Providing strong energy and construction industries, making sure that there are good mortgage-paying jobs and economic growth here in Alberta and across the country. Now, you may have heard a little bit about wine lately. Yesterday, BC announced that they are shelving their threat to regulate what flows through federally approved pipelines. This decision is a very important step forward, one victory in a larger battle to break the landlock and get full value for our products. We will not waver in this fight. We have your back, and we are calling on all Canadians and the federal government to support us going forward. And during the time when we were not drinking BC wine, I talked a lot about Alberta craft beer. So although you can enjoy BC wine, I will still encourage you to check out the growing craft beer industry. Did you know there are 64 craft brewers in our province now? It's booming. Things are looking up for our economy. We want to keep the recovery growing. We will see the Kinder Morgan pipeline built. We will continue to support a growing and diverse economy and the good mortgage-paying jobs that come with it. And we look to the members of CEA to work with us to help make it happen. Thank you for having me here tonight, and thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Minister. I had in my radio studio today the Edmonton-born and raised and now Camilcameen Valley, British Columbia residing owner of Liber Farm and Winery, an Edmonton boy who took his ambition and his dream to British Columbia to open a winery. So he was in quite a pickle when he was trying to decide where his loyalty lied on this one. He said, it stings a little bit to see my wine running into roadblocks coming back into my home province. He said, but all of us in BC's interior and anybody I'm talking to up north recognizes the value of that pipeline. And he was thrilled to see the Premier lift that ban yesterday afternoon. I was a little disappointed because we had a bit of a rum theme going. He was coming on my radio show across the border under the darkness of night with cases of wine. He was hand delivering them to people. He was willing to talk about it on the radio. Alas, he was happy to see Alberta government taking that stance. I don't have to tell everybody in this room the importance of continued infrastructure growth and development, and we're going to learn more and see more innovation throughout this night, I guarantee it. Also, 2 points. This is, as far as I know, the first time the word gangster's ever been spoken from this podium. Am I right? I think I'm right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now my pleasure to welcome to the podium to bring greetings on behalf of the City of Edmonton, the first-term councillor out of Ward 9. Please put your hands together for Mr. Tim Cartmel.
Well, good evening, Minister Gray, special guests, and ladies and gentlemen. It's an absolute pleasure to be here. I'd like to pick up on just a couple of themes that David spoke to just a moment ago. A special shout out to my wife as well, Kathy. Kathy's used to sitting in, having dinner with a room full of engineers. Her father's an engineer, her brother's an engineer, her sister married an engineer, she married an engineer, and our son plans to be an engineer. So she's right at home in this room, as am I. I'd also like to send a bit of a shout out to my new colleague and my new friend, Andrew Knack, Councillor Andrew Knack. Both Andrew and I are really enjoying the innovative and the innovation aspects of our roles here, and we know that this room is going to be absolutely key in bringing some of those innovative and those innovation solutions to our ever-growing and ever-changing city as we transition to a completely new environment over the next several years. So now I too am going to read from a script because I was actually just recruited for this about 10 minutes ago. On behalf of Mayor Iveson, he's sick and away today, but he sends his regrets. But I would like to thank the consulting engineers of Alberta and its member firms for helping build Alberta, create jobs, and contribute to our collective prosperity. Over the past 4 decades, the consulting engineers of Alberta and its member firms have improved our economic diversity and resilience. Evidence of your work is all around us, from the rising buildings of the Ice District to our mechanized River Valley Access, otherwise known as the funicular, to our bike lanes. Between our rapid population growth and projects like the expansion of our LRT network, consulting engineers will continue to play a pivotal role in the building of our city, driving our economy and enhancing Edmontonians' quality of life. By lending your technical knowledge, industry expertise, and creativity to our city-building efforts, you help Edmonton grow as a smarter, more sustainable community. Thank you to the event organizers, our title sponsor Stantec and the other sponsors, and the volunteers who make this event possible each year. It's important that we continue to honor Albertans who have built and continue to build our city through vision, skill, and innovation. Tonight, we not only celebrate the 22nd Annual Consulting Engineers of Alberta Showcase Awards, but we also mark an important milestone, Consulting Engineer of Alberta's 40th anniversary. And on that note, I'd like to invite Mr. David Nagy to join me and accept this congratulatory certificate to celebrate this occasion, which also comes with this stylish, handy-dandy carrying case.
I see you guys eyeing up that bag in the back. Thank you very much, Councillor Cartmel. This is an opportunity for me to shamelessly promote the Monday morning edition of the Ryan Jesperson Show on 6:30 CHED, where Councillor Cartmel will be joining me just out of the gates at 9:07 a.m., and very much looking forward to that. Our next speaker is the chair of the Association of Consulting Engineers Companies Canada. Please extend a warm welcome to Todd Smith, bringing greetings from our national association.
Well, thank you for that introduction, Ryan, and good evening to everyone. It is my pleasure, on behalf of ACC Canada Board of Directors, to be here tonight to offer congratulations to all of the consulting engineering companies and clients whose projects we are celebrating this evening. All the projects submitted are a showcase of engineering creativity, innovation, and ingenuity. They are a testament to the knowledge, skill, and expertise of CEA member firms as they tackle complex challenges and create opportunities for their clients and stakeholders on hundreds of projects every day. While engineering is only a small component of the life cycle cost of a project, it has a major impact on its success. In fact, long after the engineering is complete, the benefits of the project will continue for years and decades. And whether it is taxpayers, investors, or our neighbors and communities that will ultimately benefit from your efforts, tonight is an opportunity to remind ourselves of how consulting engineers contribute to the quality of life in Alberta, across Canada, and all around the world. So when we remember that engineering is not an expense to be minimized, but rather engineering is an investment to be leveraged, we can do great things together. So again, on behalf of ACC Canada Board of Directors, I want to thank all the firms that participated in this year's awards program. They, along with their clients and other contributors to these projects, all deserve our congratulations. Finally, I invite you all to also submit entries to the 50th Canadian Consulting Engineer Awards that are held in Ottawa this October. You have a great story to tell and to share with your colleagues across the country. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Todd. Our next speaker is Jay Nagendran, Registrar and CEO from the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Alberta. Of course, please join me in welcoming Jay to bring greetings from Apega.
Thank you, Ryan. Good evening, everyone. Honorable Minister Gray, we got to stop meeting like this. We've seen each other about 3 times lately. It's hard to meet a minister, but lately I've had the opportunity to see Minister Gray 3 times. An esteemed former Premier Ed Stelmach and Murray, Councillor Cartmel, honored guests, and the dignitaries associated with the Consulting Engineers of Alberta, good evening again. As Registrar and CEO of the Association of Professional Engineers and Geoscientists of Alberta, I can tell you that we are very proud to be a patron sponsor of the CEA's annual gala. It is my pleasure to bring greetings from all of our members, the 77,000 members of Apega, 57,000 professional members, and we are proud to participate with you tonight. For 20 years, this event has highlighted and recognized excellence in engineering. And for 40 years, the Consulting Engineers of Alberta has promoted and enhanced the business environment of consulting professional engineers in this province. This year's event is especially significant for me because I had the privilege of participating in the selection process for the Harold L. Morrison Rising Young Professional Award. Recipients of this prestigious award are the face of the future of our profession, our province, and indeed our country. Speaking of significant events, APEGA will be celebrating its centennial in 2020, in just 2 years. To make this a memorable year, we invite all of you, members and others, to send your various suggestions to us at events@apega.ca. Let me conclude by congratulating all the nominees and all the award winners, and have a wonderful evening. Thank you for inviting us.
Thanks very much, Jay. In recognizing our schools of engineering, I'd like to first call upon, from the University of Calgary, Dr. William Rosehart, Dean of the Schulich School of Engineering, to bring greetings.
Good evening. Now I'm breaking the trend. I need notes, which my 14-year-old daughter helped me write on the way up here, but mine are on my phone, so no paper. This is the future. It really is great to be here with you this evening. In my view, engineering really is the key driver of success in well-being in our province. Engineering builds the future. Engineering and engineering education is really at a pivotal moment. It's very different today than it was just a few years ago, and things are changing very quickly. Creativity, innovation, and entrepreneurial thinking will continue to grow as pillars of engineering education. In Calgary, since the launch of our strategic plan, Energizing Engineering Leadership, just over 2 years ago, our entire faculty has undergone a transformation. Our physical space has been reshaped into a modern facility. Our students are further developing as young professionals through our new engineering leadership initiative. Our focus on student success and experience, diversity, and high-impact research is sparking dramatic accomplishments across our school. Some examples. Now, over 95% of our first-year students are continuing in our engineering programs, our highest ever first-year retention rate. Our student internships are up 15% in this past year alone. And over the past 4 years, we've added an additional 500 spots for undergraduate students, increasing much needed access to engineering education and training. On the research side, our federal NSERC research's funding is up 23% this past year. Through a united vision and a bold commitment to action, the University of Calgary's Schulich School of Engineering is supporting student success and experience, welcoming students who in the past would not have considered engineering as a career path, and helping to transform engineering in Alberta, Canada, and globally through the impact of our research. Our achievements, our successes would not be possible from the very generous support of our broad community, from individuals and companies like you here today. Together, we are empowering and creating the future of engineering in Alberta. So on behalf of the students, faculty, and staff of our University of Calgary Schulich School of Engineering, thank you for your continued engagement and support.
Nice job, Doctor. Sitting there with my fist full of papers, not gonna lie, I was secretly hoping your phone battery was gonna die. I'd like to now call upon the Dean of the University of Alberta Faculty of Engineering. Please welcome Dr. Fraser Forbes.
So I have batteryless notes. Just as I was coming here, or walking up from my table, my wife poked me in the ribs and said, "Keep it short. You're all that stands between me and dinner." So I'll keep it short. Welcome to this year's CEA Gala. I look forward to the event every year. It gives me a chance to catch up with friends and connect with the larger engineering community. This year's focus on where it all begins gives me an opportunity to say a heartfelt thank you for all the ways that you support our universities. Literally, and I do mean this literally, you have built an astounding faculty of engineering at the University of Alberta. Something that I'm particularly proud of, and I think there's at least one former dean there that are here tonight that is as well. We have incredible facilities, and they're the product of your imagination and hard work. You hire our students, our graduates. You're helping to keep bright minds and future leaders here at home to help continue to build our province. And we brought a few of them with us tonight. You can find them at the U of A table and the U of C table. So take a chance, or take an opportunity to come by and meet these astounding people. We recognize and deeply appreciate that our success is built on your creativity and dedication. So on behalf of Bill Rosehart and myself, thank you for your commitment to Alberta's faculties of engineering.
Thank you very much, Doctor. And ladies and gentlemen, please do begin to enjoy your meals. We'll be rolling out a very special lineup from the talented culinary team here tonight. I guarantee you that. As the presenting sponsor tonight, we'd like to thank, again, of course, Stantec Consulting for their continued generous support. And I'd like to call upon Keith Shillington to come to the stage. Keith?
Thanks very much, Ryan, and yes, I'm glad I'm not standing between you and dinner here tonight. Honored guests, everybody here, it's great to be here tonight celebrating engineering in Alberta. Now, Stantec is certainly very pleased to be the presenting sponsor for tonight, and you know, at Stantec, we take a lot of pride in designing with community in mind, and I can honestly say that not a day goes by that we're not living it, and that it certainly rings true every day. Now, tonight's theme is where it all began for us in our schools of engineering, and I know the deans talked about the future moving forward, but I'm kind of at that point in my career where I actually reflect back and how it all began for me in my own career after I first graduated from the University of Alberta. You know, back then I had absolutely no clue what was ahead of me. And I could not have realized that how my work in engineering would affect everyday aspect of my life and those around me. Today, I drive on roads around West Edmonton Mall that I surveyed 33 years ago. And I have friends living in neighborhoods that I designed and project managed back then. And you know, back then they were just a bunch of sewers and black asphalt. But today I realize that they're an integral part of a bigger picture in this city. And back then, I don't think that I ever could have envisioned working with the City of Edmonton to pilot an alternative transportation solution in our bike lanes downtown, or working with colleagues to design and occupy what will soon be the tallest building in Western Canada, that being Stantec Tower. So I'm grateful to the University of Alberta for the training that they gave me, and they enabled me, as I look back on over 30 years of career, to do my best. And I'm proud to say that I think I've made a difference. But the thing is, in this room, my story is not unique. I think you would all share the same stories, and that we are all grateful for our schools of engineering and knowing that all of you have done your best. And I think everybody in this room is driven by that same passion for this thing that we call engineering. And when you look at the awards that have been put forward tonight for the showcase, it is a real testament to the innovation, the creativity, and the hard work that engineers in Alberta put in to shape where we live and work. And all of the projects that you see here tonight reflect our passion and demonstrate how we do truly impact the lives of our neighbors and our communities. And we can all be proud of the work that we've done in this province and beyond. So tonight is a celebration, and we get to share that with families, colleagues, clients. So tonight, let's reflect on the amazing work that we've completed this past year, and we look forward to continuing that great work in this year and the years ahead. So thank you very much, and enjoy the evening.
Thank you very much, Keith. I think that's such a cool perspective. We were commenting on that at our table. When you get to a point in your career when you can look back on the work you've done and how it stood the test of time, and I know that's oftentimes the message here, that the legacy that oftentimes many of these projects that will be celebrated and recognized tonight have proven themselves to be. Ladies and gentlemen, Consulting Engineers of Alberta, of course, wishes to give a special thank you and recognize our Showcase Awards sponsors for their generous contribution. Now, I recognize you're enjoying a spectacular first course right now, but if and when you feel compelled to put your hands together, feel free to join me in sort of a rolling, flowing applause. Doesn't have to be too formal. These are the people, these are the groups, organizations, and companies that have made tonight possible. Our fostering sponsors tonight are Altera Engineering, SEMA Canada, McElhenney Consulting, and Urban Systems. Let's thank them. Our supporting sponsors tonight are AMEC, Foster Wheeler and Infrastructure, Aero Engineering, Associated Engineering, Dialogue, Golder Associates, ISL Engineering and Land Services, Reed Jones Christofferson, Sheffer Andrew, Tetra Tech, Thurber Engineering, and WSP, our supporting sponsors. Tonight's patron sponsors are Alberta Road Builders and Heavy Construction Association, APEGA, Calgary Construction Association, the City of Edmonton, Edmonton Construction Association, Enterprise Holdings, FMAV, in the back, Lehigh Cement and Inland Pipe, Lehigh Hanson Canada, region-affiliated companies, Lloydsat Insurance Brokers, National Bank Financial, PCL Construction Management, Red Point Media and Marketing Solutions, Riley's Edmonton, TD Insurance, WestJet, and XL Caitlin, our patron sponsors. And tonight's contributing sponsors are Semenge and Wave Engineering. Thank you to each of our sponsors for your continued and generous support. We want to take a couple of moments as well as you enjoy the food in front of you to acknowledge some of the special guests that are here with us this evening and bring you up to speed, remind you or let you know if you're here for your first CEA Gala how things will unfold tonight. As you've likely noticed by now, we have in our audience members of the provincial government, the City of Edmonton, and City of Calgary as well. We're also happy and proud to welcome representation from our Canadian Armed Forces. Lieutenant Colonel Peter J. Boyle, Commanding Officer of 41 Service Battalion. Lieutenant Colonel, want to recognize you. Let's put our hands together and welcome our Canadian Forces representation tonight. We also have with us tonight guests from our esteemed family we'd like to mention, and again, the rolling applause is just fine with me. APEGA ACEC Canada, welcome. Representatives from other partnering associations as well, construction associations, Alberta Road Builders and Heavy Construction, the Consulting Architects of Alberta, Alberta Chamber of Resources, the U of A and U of C, of course, and CEA past presidents, as well as past CEA Lieutenant Governor recipients. Let's welcome them. The CEA would also like to recognize tonight members of its current board. I'm sure that you've probably noticed the beautiful boutonnieres and corsages on display tonight. These are the members of the board that are here in attendance. We want to encourage you to go say hello. If you have any questions or comments, express your gratitude, whatever the case may be, complain about maybe the table wine, you wanted to see more Alberta craft beer, whatever. They're the ones to unload your complaints on. I'm kidding, of course, but we do want to recognize them for their service to the CEA board. Also, I hope that all of you were able to take a look at the class of CEA just outside the ballroom. The Recognize Any of These Individuals feature. If you have any questions, please, again, don't hesitate to speak with any member of the board or any of the CEA staff. Of course, they're proud to be your hosts tonight. Thank you for everyone that's here tonight, celebrating what always proves to be a prestigious first-class annual event. Thank you for being here. So our evening tonight, after an amazing dinner to come, we'll get into the awards program. Our awards program will begin with the Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement. The Harold L. Morrison Rising Young Professional Award will follow in recognizing the future of our industry. And our finale will be, I'm sure, the highlight of the evening for many of you, where we celebrate excellence in engineering by CEA member firms with the Showcase Awards. This year, 52 project submissions come from a wide cross-section of engineering consulting firms, from the small boutiques all the way up to the big industry giants, with projects reflecting the exceptional minds in engineering who are making a difference in the lives of all Albertans. The quality of submissions this year prove that engineering is a rewarding profession that continues to give back to the community, making our world, starting with our backyards and extending out, a better place to live. I hope you also took time during the reception to view some of the submission poster boards in the lobby area. Truly an outstanding and for me, always a very educational display of professional excellence. A very special thank you as well to the students that were willing to showcase their innovative projects in the foyer during the reception. Such great minds, and obviously a huge testament to the schools of engineering in our province. Presentation of the Showcase Awards will be awarded in 15 different categories. You can see your program brochure for further details. During the main course tonight of dinner, we'll showcase our sponsors as well as the 2018 project submissions, so we encourage you to look up to the big screens through the dinner. I would ask that if you do have any dietary concerns, the team here is prepared to assist you as best they can. Right now, please welcome back, did you know, a beer league hockey buddy of mine. He's got a heck of a one-timer, and me and him are two of the only guys out there at that skate that are wearing full cages, because I got to run my mouth on the radio, and he's got to continue his long-established tradition as maybe the best saxophone guy, the best player in the province. He's here with his trio tonight. Please welcome back the Dave Babcock Trio. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your 1-minute call. We're going to get this program started and hand out some awards in 1 minute. Let's hear it for the Dave Babcock Trio. An amazing job tonight. Thanks very much, fellas. And why don't we, while we're at it, keep the applause rolling for the culinary and service team here at the Edmonton Expo Center. What a fabulous meal. That dessert, are you kidding me? That dessert? I thought about taking like 3 of them and locking myself in a room back there and just taking them down. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll ask you to find your seats. In just a moment, we'll get this awards program started, and we lead off, as per usual here, with an extremely meaningful honor, the celebration of a career. So I guess what I'm getting at is we want to make sure that we have a captive audience. So I'll ask you to immediately wrap up your conversations and we'll get the ball rolling here. I will say on a side note, working in talk radio, one of the things you realize is that uncomfortable conversations are integral to the success of a program. You got to have uncomfortable conversations. And we were just having a kind of an uncomfortable conversation at our table. We were thinking, you know, tonight we've got 15 categories of awards to hand out, like big projects, years in the making, hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, some people, their hearts are in their throats just waiting to see if they'll be awarded in front of all of their peers here at the highest level at the CEA Showcase Awards. And then we thought, kind of the mischievous side of us wondered, who in here is waiting for the anvil to drop on their career? Like, who here needs this win? Who here tonight really needs a win? You know what I mean? And once we had that uncomfortable conversation, then we just thought it adds so much more excitement because we're going to be scanning the room when we meet all the nominees. And that's coming up in just a little bit. But as mentioned, tonight, leading off this portion of the program, easily the most exciting part of the night, we recognize an outstanding professional in our midst. The 2018 CEA Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement this year will honor a gentleman who has enjoyed a long-time career in the consulting, engineering, and mentoring fields, and he has certainly made an enormous impact on Alberta's industry as well as Alberta's communities. CEA's CEO and Registrar, Ken Pillip.
Ken Pillip is this year's recipient of the Lieutenant Governor's Award in Distinguished Achievement.
I had a father that was the builder in the community, and for 50 years he was the superintendent of works for Dominion Bridge. So at a very early age, I spent my summers working in the fabrication facilities with Dominion Bridge. So again, over time, I got to see a lot of things being built. I wanted to be a builder as well, so engineering was definitely where it was at. I was very fortunate to have graduated and have 2 degrees in civil engineering and structural engineering. When I graduated, I actually started work with Associated Engineering. They were heavily involved in some coal facilities in the southeast part of British Columbia. With my background in Dominion Bridge and building in steel, this was almost like a dream come true. And I had the luxury of building 2 coal facilities, which are today, 50 years later, these plants are still in operation. Associated Engineering was very special because of the owners, the Lawrence brothers, in particular Norm Lawrence, was a great mentor.
Both Ken and his senior partner, Max Beretti, they had a very good reputation.
Well, Max was really special. Working with Max, he provided me with the opportunity to understand the finer parts of life.
The work that we did through MB Engineering and with Ken and with a couple of his colleagues, I think all of the projects that we did with them won design awards.
We had some very talented staff, and so with that, we always prided ourselves into trying to do our very best. Because of Max's background in the arts and coming from Florence, We were really an architect's engineer.
Our Advanced Technology Center on the south side of Edmonton, which is still probably our purest prairie project. We won a Governor General's Design Award for it. I believe that MB Engineering won a Structural Engineering Award for it. And so he, on a pragmatic level, was able to provide terrific professional service to us. But on a leadership level within his practice, was able to tailor the right people to the projects.
I was very fortunate in my early life to be part and parcel of Canada North.
His contribution to engineering was all the buildings in northern Canada are still standing because of his structural design and permafrost.
He was one of the leaders in getting Alberta companies to be involved in the Confederation Bridge, the bridge that connects New Brunswick with Prince Edward Island. And Ken had this belief that if you can be an engineer in Alberta, you can be an engineer anywhere in the world. He said, let's put in a bid. And collectively with a couple of other companies and eventually Stanley Engineering, they designed and guided the construction of the Confederation Bridge. Something that is really remarkable in Canada, and most people would never know that it came from engineers from Alberta.
Together, pursuing something, you're always a hell of a lot stronger if you do it together than if you're doing it alone. And that really is one of the keys to success.
Ken's motto could be the unseen hand.
There isn't anything that you touch or feel or see that engineers haven't had their hand in.
It's remarkable how many years he's actually put into CEA. Anyone that knows Ken, he is all about bettering the industry. That's his drive.
Ken has raised the profile of the consulting engineering industry in the province. It's a major component with several $1 billion of activity.
Within CEA, he was president of CEA from 1988 to 1989.
In the late 1980s and early 1990s, we were involved with the provincial government to establish the Consulting Engineers of Alberta Act. Ken had the diplomatic skills and the ability to get the message across to the politicians in a manner that they understood, and eventually it went forward very successfully.
Well, he definitely focused on the profession of engineering, the quality and safety, the value of engineering to the economy, improving the life of the quality of life of Albertans.
Ken has a huge history within the government sector. He knows a lot of the government officials, and he always seems to find the right people to talk about the right things, to move the yardstick, as he says, forward.
Through politics, Ken met the movers and shakers of the political world throughout Western Canada, and even with the current government, which isn't the same party that Ken has always supported, he's managed to open doors and develop relationships where he can really express the interests of the CEA.
He has an ability to look at the world from 35,000 feet that enables him to see a project, no matter how big or small, from a slightly different perspective.
He sees the big picture and he works towards that, particularly with things like QBS, where QBS began about 30 years ago. Ken has been working with it nonstop.
When I left active practice, one of the things that I saw coming was a deterioration in the procurement of our services. And Jeff Baptista at the time said, why don't you do this on a temporary basis? But somehow 8 or 10 years later, I'm still in the chair.
One of the 5 platforms in CEA's strategic plan is to shape public policy. And Ken has been active in public policy and in the political scene in Alberta for quite a number of years. You have to be active. You have to get out there and talk to people, and you have to make sure those right doors are open, and Ken has the contacts to be able to open those doors.
He knows how to advocate for our collective industry, contractors, engineers, architects, and even our client base, of course. They're all part of our industry.
If we're able to get qualifications-based selection over the line, benefits our industry, the general public, in how infrastructure is delivered in this province, and that's what we're after.
The good news is that we're slowly but surely convincing the provincial government and other agencies that there is merit to QBS.
He does have that clear focus and direction, and he's like a bulldog. You know, he won't stop, he won't quit.
He's got not only Alberta, but we've had discussions across Canada, and we're now singing off the same page in terms of the quality of the work, the experience, and the knowledge of the engineer that's bidding. CEA is an incredible proponent of good quality infrastructure. Definitely his legacy is going to be QBS.
I think his leadership style is half strategic, half visionary. We did a news conference about the need for infrastructure and what that means for Alberta.
The economy was so hot, we're at 6% growth or even higher.
If you've got 100,000 people that move to the province every year, roughly 15% of those are school-age children. That's 15,000 children. And a school typically holds about 500 students. And so you need 30 schools in that year. Look what we're building today. We've got the most significant school program in Alberta's history, and I think we were part of that message. Ken has got a lot of accomplishments in his career that goes beyond just engineering. And so when he talks about things like building a unique malting plant in Alex, Alberta, why they chose that, why they chose the technology that they did, it was new to Alberta.
Neil Gilliott in particular and Jerry Bigham were my partners, and they came to me and said, you know, it's time to build a malt plant in Alberta. They needed a certain amount of engineering to basically provide some costing, et cetera, so that's how I got involved, but I became actually a partner in Westcan Malting. We actually supply malt to just about everywhere in the world. My partners realized that there was a little piece of technology that had to do with the oat kernel. And if you could mine that oat kernel, there were certain marker molecules in there that were very, very positive in human and animal health. We built CPRO, and CPRO is a biopharmaceutical company. We were supplying our ingredients to all the leaders in the cosmetic industry from Alberta.
The discipline of an engineer helped move the two projects to incredible success today.
Kind of a fun project was the Great Divide with an artist, Peter Lewis.
An artist convinced him that the high-level bridge should have a waterfall. So I see the enthusiasm in Ken's eyes to make this happen. So, okay, Ken, we'll provide the engineering.
The fire department. We used the training facilities down in Rosedale to actually proof some of the concepts to make it look like it was a waterfall. The night before, at about 4 o'clock in the morning, we actually proofed it. And somehow it got onto one of the radio stations, and we had cars whizzing all over the place, basically honking their horns, so we knew that it was a hit. It sounds like the only thing I did was work, but I did have a very caring and sympathetic wife and son, and we spent a lot of activity together. We even bought a farm east of Edmonton, and even today, my wife and I are very proud to be part of the community that we're in.
When you meet various leaders in different areas, you recognize passion quite quickly. Well, definitely, he's got this incredible passion. CEA has benefited from it. Alberta has benefited from it. And I think across Canada, he's left an influence that will be there for years to come.
A day doesn't go by that I don't think about what has happened in the past and who helped me get there. So it really is quite humbling.
Ken, thank you for everything. On behalf of the Consulting Engineers of Alberta, congratulations on this well-deserved award.
The Lieutenant Governor, Her Honor, Lois Mitchell, has sent her regrets to attend. Mr. Ed Stelmach, former Provincial Premier and CEA Honorary Board Member, has graciously accepted the invitation to present the award of Lieutenant Governor's behalf. I would like to invite Ed Stelmach to the stage to introduce the recipient and present the award.
Well, thank you, Mr. President. There's not much more that I could add to that tremendous video that captured the life of not only Ken, but also a family, a community, and the incredible contribution to Alberta, to Western Canada, and of course to Canada coast to coast. I've had the honor of, as David mentioned, to be honorary director, and I've seen Ken in action. I've seen this very diverse board of CEA working together, and the leadership over the last number of years has been incredible. Ken, you know, when you look back in history, I can thank you for the good beer that we're drinking in Alberta because of an entrepreneurial investment. I remember those days. It was not very easy to build a malt plant in Alberta because Canada was against Alberta at that time. To those younger people in the audience, we used to grow the barley in Alberta, pay to ship it to Ontario, convert it to beer, and then we pay for it to come back to Alberta so we can enjoy it. It's part of the history of Canada that hopefully won't be repeated again. But and also, of course, CPRO, I remember when I was Minister of Agriculture and the discussions we had, and I don't want to be chastised for saying this, but there was, they used to break down the molecule to a very fine powder. And to the gentlemen in this room that are my age, and sometimes when you go for that annual exam, that the coating on the glove that the doctor uses is non-allergenic, and most of the time it will come from that kernel of oats. So to those of us in this room, appreciate what Ken has done for us all. So Ken, please come forward. And it is also an honor to present this award to Ken on behalf of her honor, the Honorable Lois Mitchell, who I know that wanted to be here, but she's couldn't attend. But she is a good friend of both Ken and Vicky, and serves this province with great distinction. So Ken, congratulations. May the good Lord bless you with many, many more years of good health, and to Vicky as well. And thank you for your years of contribution. Thank you.
Well, Ed and everyone, thank you very much for those very kind words. It's not very often that you get a chance to plan a party, but they kept it from me for quite a while that I might be the person that's standing on this stage. So again, I'm having an emotional moment, I can tell you that, and it just brings back so many memories, and I just need a couple of seconds just to kind of collect myself. But head table guests, certainly the members of the armed forces that are here tonight, especially 41 Service Battalion, colleagues, friends, ladies and gentlemen, like other LG recipients before me, to be selected to be receiving this prestigious award tonight is truly a humbling experience. And one can only really say, thank you very much. Prior to this evening, knowing that I would be formally receiving this award, this has caused me to reflect on my past life and the people that have played a significant role in shaping my career. Our 2018 gala theme, Where It All Begins, I was really fortunate to have graduated from the University of Alberta, not on the Dean's list, Faculty of Engineering, and this certainly opened doors for me that I could only imagine as a student. For me, it has been quite a journey spanning in excess of 50 years. And the wonderful video that you have witnessed provides a little snapshot of some of my career experiences and endeavors. As said, one never gets anywhere alone, and I've just had some incredible individuals as mentors. To name a few, and first and foremost, my father, who for many years, as you saw, was the superintendent of works. He could build anything, and he was just an absolute gentleman of a man. Many university professors come to mind, and you know, it's funny, when I was thinking about this, I can just about name every professor that I studied under. So to name a few, there was Pete Adams, there was Jim McGregor, Elmer Brooker, Jeff Kulak, and in Calgary, which I started my career in engineering, was Rod DePaiva was the dean at that particular time. And of course, I was very fortunate to meet my partner Max Beretti and Alan Waldy as partners. In MB Engineering, we spent about excess of about 35 years providing all nature of engineering. Then there is Harold Page, the father of the oil sands as we know it today, and CEA's first executive director. What a man. Obviously mentioned the Lawrence brothers when I started my engineering degree, and certainly that is everlasting, and both Harold and the Lawrence brothers, I managed to see them and go and visit them in their extreme later years of life, and they still were very, very into it and always interested in engineering. Lastly, one of my closest colleagues and friends, Neil Gilliott, passed away last year, but as partners and entrepreneurs, we created Westcan Malting and, of course, the biopharmaceutical company, CPRO Inc. I didn't know, I knew something about grain value adding, but I certainly didn't know what I was looking at, is that there was a project there that I can provide some engineering, but in actual fact, they drew me in, and somehow I became a partner and started to use my own money, which was another great venture in my life. Recently, I've had the privilege of serving our industry association for the past 8 years as registrar and CEO, serving 8 presidents. There was Jeff DeBattista, there was Gord Johnson, there was Sheldon Hudson, there was Craig Clifton, Matt Burchard, there was Dion Wilner, Kelly Abdepsky, and now David Nagy. Today, I want to thank them publicly for personally dedicating their time and serving our industry association. You know, working with them has been a privilege and truly a rewarding experience for me. These young, dynamic leaders in their respective firms, I have no doubt will be recognized for their contribution as engineers on this stage in years to come. Today, with the administrative staff that I have with Lisa, Chantel, Inderjeet, and Amanda, I believe with all of us, we have made a very positive contribution for our industry association. The theme of tonight's gala, Where It Begins, is also very, very special to me, as I had the opportunity to attend both schools of engineering. Beginning at the U of C, when there was only 3 buildings on campus. And by the way, I couldn't put this speech on my slide rule, otherwise I'd have probably brought it here. I think there's many in here maybe don't even know what a slide rule is. But again, when there were only 3 buildings on campus in Calgary, and I'm just so very pleased that Dean Fraser Forbes and Bill Rosehart and a past dean, Fred Otto, and his wife Helen are with us here tonight. We are so fortunate to have these 2 post-secondary schools of engineering excellence in Alberta. Thank you for being part of this gala tonight. Graduating with an engineering degree in Alberta ensures that as an engineer, you will play a major role in the economic and social well-being of society. The responsibilities and rewards are great, and I have found myself involved in many leadership circumstances and opportunities, serving on many boards. The LG Award tonight acknowledges that as engineers, we do and can make a difference, and I am honored to be part of CEA's LG recipients that demonstrate leadership for others to follow. In closing, having strong family roots, has provided me with a solid moral compass. This is also key to achieving one's goals. I'm really pleased tonight to have my son here that's come all the way from Dallas, and my wife, Vicki, who has been by my side for over 50 years. Together, we have experienced many good times, but she has always been my toughest critic and my greatest cheerleader. Tonight, receiving this award is a very proud and special moment for our family and some of our very close friends that are here tonight. Ryan, I think it's now time to celebrate this year's Awards of Excellence, and everyone from the unseen hand, thank you very much for bestowing this honor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the recipient of the 2018 Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement. I don't have to ask you to join me, you already are. Congratulating Ken Pillett for his outstanding contribution to the consulting engineering industry and to the community that he continues to inspire. Premier, am I allowed to touch on that there for just a second? He says, young fella, are you at that age yet where you're going for that test? Well, I'll tell you, this is way too much information. A couple of my uncles and my grandfather bravely battled prostate cancer for a number of years, so my 40th birthday was circled on the calendar for a long time. That's the first physical where you get to know your doctor a little bit better. And I will say, Ken, of all the things that you are, the one thing I'm thrilled that you're not is a pain in the ass. So thank you for your work on everything you've done. But in all seriousness, I guess Ken and I met, I don't know, 5 or 6 years ago, something like that. I think it was at the Apega Golf Tournament that we first met, and I'll tell you, I'm privileged to be able to attend events like this through the calendar year, but there's no event quite like the Consulting Engineers of Alberta Showcase Awards Gala. I say it sincerely because Ken and his team, of course, Lisa Kruta does an amazing job as well. The passion is very evident. I remember the first meeting that we ever had, and you kind of have, you walk into a lot of boardrooms, and you all know, you're in there, you're doing these pitches, and you're kind of like, get me out of here for Pete's sake. And I walk in, and the passion in this guy's eyes, and the vision that you've had for the, and I mean, Ken stopped me about an hour before the event tonight to pitch a radio segment. Like, he's not, it's a big night for him, but he's focused. He wanted to get me aside before we both got distracted and talk about championing engineering in the province of Alberta. And that's why it's such a well-deserved award, Ken, and I join those that are applauding you tonight. Every year, and you may have noticed that beautiful handcrafted piece of art that Ken left the stage with, the winners of the Lieutenant Governor's Award receive a kaleidoscope replicating a symbol of an engineer's level, designed, beautifully done by Don Chambers. Don has designed and handcrafted these spectacular awards to recognize and celebrate the winners of the Lieutenant Governor's Award for Distinguished Achievement. Let's thank Don for his continued great work. So again, in addition to the kaleidoscope and the accolades, Ken will receive a personal certificate from Lieutenant Governor Lois Mitchell congratulating him on receiving this award in recognition of his service to Consulting Engineers of Alberta and the consulting industry. It's now my pleasure to call upon Kelly Uzdebski, CEA past president, to the stage to present the Harold L. Morrison Rising Young Professional Awards portion of the program.
Thank you, Ryan. I am very honored to be asked to assist in presenting this special award. The CEA Rising Young Professional Award was renamed to honor the memory and legacy of Harold L. Morrison, who served as the first CEA registrar from 1993 to 2010. Mr. Morrison was also one of the founding board members and acted as the treasurer before taking on the title of registrar. CEA defines a young professional, the YP, as an engineer, technologist, or geoscientist working for a CEA member firm with up to 10 years' experience in their respective field. The Harold L. Morrison Rising Young Professional Award recognizes our greatest strength, our young professionals. In recognizing the individual, we also seek to celebrate the unique nature of the young professional and their significance in their technical and social communities. This award recognizes the outstanding early achievements in the young professional's career to date. Before we introduce the nominees, we would like to recognize and thank the judges who adjudicated this award. They are Mr. Ben Novak, Mr. Brian Pierce, and Mr. Jay Nagendran. The young professional nominee has an exemplary record of achievement in education, employment, professional, and public service activities. The following personal attributes are considered by the judges: technical process, leadership in society, initiative and teamwork, integrity, involvement and contribution to CEA, and future potential. This year we have 5 nominees, and they are Jordan Brandenburg, civil engineer with Clone Krippenberger; Kevin Showalter, senior project engineer with SMP Consulting Electrical Engineers; Matthew Hopley, project engineer with Jensen Hughes; Reese Bishop, project manager with CH2M; and Thomas Ziegler, project engineer with Altera Engineering. And for the winner this year is Jordan Brandenburg, Clone Krippenberger.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much. First off, Clone, thank you for the nomination and the vote of confidence. I've been with Clone for 7 years now, and every year has been full of opportunity and the opportunity to work on interesting projects and work with dedicated engineers with lots of experience, which has only made my professional development that much better. I graduated from the Royal Military College in Kingston, Ontario, so I shout out to the military members here as well. And actually was my connection to a start here in Calgary. When I came out here, the military was my connection to the consulting industry, and I haven't looked back since. So there's a lot of experience and knowledge in this room that I look forward to spending the next 20, 30 years of my career learning and growing with all of you. And thank you. Thank you very much.
I like that transitional music there, fellas. It's like kind of like a nice feel to it, doesn't it? Like if you were in a great mood walking down the sidewalk with light rain. Can we hear it again? Can we play that again? Is that possible? Just picture it. Right? Not quite enough rain to justify an umbrella. You're just, those of you with glasses know that's the worst, right? All right, into the final phase of the evening. This is what we've all been waiting for, of course, the Showcase Awards. At this time, as we move on to the Project Awards, I want to invite you to please join me in acknowledging the tremendous contribution of time and expertise of the judges for this event. This is not a joke. This is a huge commitment. I'd ask any of the judges who adjudicated these awards, if you're with us here in the room right now, if you'd please stand up and receive the thanks of all of the guests. Let's thank our judges here tonight. The award print, which will be presented as part of the tradition to the consultant team and their client, is a customized work of art created by our graphic group, Art Smith, and then prepared for presentation by Jake's Framing. Now, you may know projects can be entered into a maximum of 2 categories as long as they fulfill the criteria of that category. 3 to 4 judges deliberate the projects submitted in each category, and then they rank the projects from first to last. Based on the judges' ranking, a score is determined, and the judges then take these factors into consideration when judging the projects: technical excellence, degree of difficulty, innovation, advancement of technology, added value, management of risk, benefit to society, and added environmental value. To qualify for an award of excellence, a project must have been ranked first by at least 1 judge, as well as accumulate the best overall score. In the event that none of the entries in a particular category are awarded a first place ranking by any judges in that category, no award of excellence will be awarded. The top 2 finalists in that category will share awards of merit. The awards will be presented by project category. Each category will have a short video listing all of the projects submitted under that category. When the video is finished, we will reveal the winning projects. Now, if and when you hear your company name and project, we invite your entire project team up to the stage. We're talking the engineers, the sub-consultants, and your clients. Please make your way up to the stage as quickly as possible to be recognized and photographed. Please note the following. We'll ask winners to come across wait, hang on a second. I'm in this business. I'm supposed to know. Stage right is your left, right? Good grief. I'm not supposed to do math live on the radio. We've agreed to that, and I shouldn't be doing right and left live from the stage. But it'll be stage right, your left. Come up this way, make your way across. You'll be greeted by these 2 gentlemen, presented with your awards, and then we'll capture that moment for all eternity. At the end of the evening, your winning award prints can be picked up near the coat check area in the lobby. We'll make it nice and convenient for you. As you can see, both David and Ken are here, and we're set to go. So let's get to the awards. Here are the submissions in the project management category.
Project Management, Associated Engineering, Calgary International Airport Glycol Treatment Facility, Calgary Airport Authority and Calgary Glycol Facility Corporation, ISL Engineering and Land Services, McLeod Trail, 162nd Avenue Diverging Diamond Interchange, City of Calgary, Stantec Consulting, Parsons Creek Water Transmission Line Commissioning, Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo, WSP Canada, Plus 15 Condition Assessment Program, City of Calgary, Associated Engineering, Southwest Water Supply Line, Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo.
In the project management category, the award of merit goes to ISL Engineering and Land Services Limited for the McLeod Trail 162nd Avenue Diverging Diamond Interchange.
Client Owner, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, AECOM Canada, Tetra Tech Canada, Canadian Highways Institute, Perkins & Will Canada Architects. Contractors, Graham Infrastructure LP.
In the project management category, the award of excellence this year goes to Associated Engineering for Southwest Water Supply Line.
Client owner, Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo. Subconsultants, Thurber Engineering. Other key players, Direct Horizontal Drilling. The Southwest Water Supply Line in Fort McMurray had to cross the Athabasca River and traverse steep, environmentally sensitive and geotechnically challenging terrain, as well as established residential neighborhoods. Associated Engineering adopted an integrated project delivery approach, consulting with the municipality, geotechnical specialists, drilling contractors, residents, and multiple stakeholders to develop a solution that minimized impact on the environment and residents. Partnering with the contractor ensured the timely completion of the project despite the 2016 wildfire destroying some of the pipes. The Southwest Water Main provides a robust secondary water supply to support growth and meet firefighting needs in the area.
Congratulations again to Associated Engineering. Here are this year's submissions in the Building Engineering Institutional category.
Building Engineering, Institutional. Fast and EP. Allard Hall at MacEwan University. MacEwan University. Stantec Consulting. City of Calgary Composting Facility. Chinook Resource Management Group, City of Calgary. Aero Engineering. Jasper Shared School. Alberta Infrastructure. SMP Consulting Electrical Engineers. Peter Lougheed Hall. University of Alberta. Reed Jones Christofferson, Schulich School of Engineering Redevelopment and Expansion, University of Calgary. Dialogue, Singmar Center for Learning, Norquest College, Norquest College. MCW Hemisphere, Vimy Ridge Academy Modernization, Edmonton Public School Board.
The award of merit in this category goes to Reed Jones Christofferson Limited for the Schulich School of Engineering Redevelopment and Expansion.
Client owner, University of Calgary. Subconsultants, Supermetal, SMP Consulting Electrical Engineers, SNC Lavalin Weeb Force Engineering, Pivotal Project Management, Urban Systems. Contractors, Ellis Dawn Construction Management. Other key players, Gibbs Gage Architects, Diamond Schmidt Architects.
And the award of excellence for Building Engineering Institutional goes to Dialogue for the Singmar Center for Learning at Norquest College.
Client owner, Norquest College. Subconsultants, ISL Engineering and Land Services. Contractors, PCL Construction Management. Singmar Center for Learning transforms Norquest College's downtown campus, located in the heart of Edmonton's emerging innovation corridor. The architectural and engineering design of the building responds to Norquest's unique openness, flexibility, and diverse course offerings. As Norquest's first new building in nearly 50 years, Singmar Center will be a catalyst for growth of the college and its surrounding area. Dialogue's highly collaborative and integrated approach to engineering design has yielded a truly world-class educational facility with innovative building systems. The new center opened in fall 2017 and was both on schedule and under budget.
Congratulations again to Dialogue. I love this category. Here are this year's entries in small firm, big impact.
Small firm, big impact. SMA Consulting, an innovative system for project controls and forecasting. SMA Consulting. Altera Engineering. City of Edmonton Neighborhood Renewals, building great neighborhoods. City of Edmonton Integrated Infrastructure Services. SAMENG, Citywide Flood Mitigation Strategy Development. EPCOR Drainage Services. Altera Engineering, Strathcona County Snowmelt Facility. Strathcona County Transportation and Agriculture Services. SMA Consulting, Winter is Coming, Failure Analysis of Edmonton International Airport Heating System. Edmonton International Airport.
The winner for the Award of Merit in this category is Altera Engineering Limited for Strathcona County Snowmelt Facility.
Client Owner, Strathcona County Transportation and Agriculture Services. Subconsultants, Spencer Environmental, Hagen Engineering and Testing, EDA Collaborative, DES Engineering, Acoustical Consultants. Contractors, Van Royen Construction, Standard General, Degner Construction, Nilex, RGM Contracting, Instalon Hydroseeding, Duragard Fencing.
And the Award of Excellence for Small Firm, Big Impact goes to SMA Consulting Limited for Winter is Coming, Failure Analysis of Edmonton International Airport Heating System.
Client Owner, Edmonton International Airport. Subconsultants, Dialogue. Edmonton International Airport is the northernmost major airport in North America. The main terminal covers 10 hectares and serves more than 20,000 people every day. Operating at this latitude poses challenges. In Alberta's extreme weather conditions, heating system shutdowns of only 2 hours could result in terminal closure and pipe damage. Working with Edmonton International Airport and Dialogue, SMA performed a detailed failure and reliability analysis to identify, quantify, and mitigate serious failures of the heating system, and developed a custom simulation model to calculate the true risk of system failure and test potential improvements. Key changes are now being explored.
Congratulations, SMA Consulting. Here are this year's submissions in the Community Outreach and In-House Initiatives category.
Community Outreach and In-House Initiatives. Stantec Consulting. Amisquachie Academy Sweat Lodge Shelter. Edmonton Public School Board. Dialogue. Elevate Dialogue. Dialogue. Stantec Consulting. Stantec Lights the Night. City of Red Deer. City of Lacombe, Town of Blackfalds. Hatch, the Green Line LRT Setting the Vision, City of Calgary.
The Award of Merit in this category goes to Stantec Consulting Limited for the Amisquachie Academy Sweat Lodge Shelter.
Client Owner, Edmonton Public School Board. Contractors, Ledcor Construction.
And the Award of Excellence in the category of Community Outreach and In-House Initiatives goes to Hatch for the Green Line LRT, Setting the Vision.
Client owner, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, Stantec Consulting, IBI Group, Sturgis Architecture, ZGF Architects, Context Research, Coriolis Consulting. The Green Line LRT project is Calgary's largest ever infrastructure project. It is being planned holistically with consideration of the needs and aspiration of communities and transit users, developers, and long-term city planning. A unique four-layered planning and engagement process served as the foundation for the holistic planning approach that has culminated in the achievement of funding and City Council approval for the first stage of the project. Hatch, along with subconsultants Stantec, IBI, Sturgis Architecture, ZGF Cotter, Coriolis, and Context, has served as part of an integrated project team with the City of Calgary to work closely with Calgarians to plan the best LRT line for Calgary.
The nice thing about LRT projects is they don't get contentious at all. Nobody gets upset about LRT planning. Congratulations to Hatch on what we understand is to be a job magnificently done. Let's get to the submissions in this year's category, Natural Resources, Mining and Industry.
Natural Resources, Mining and Industry. Golder Associates, developing reclamation success criteria and monitoring protocols for in situ oil sands reclamation. Suncor Energy Oil Sands Limited Partnership. AMEC Foster Wheeler Environment and Infrastructure. East In-Pit Overflow Structure. Syncrude Canada.
The Award of Merit in this category this year goes to Golder Associates Limited for developing reclamation success criteria and monitoring protocols for in situ oil sands reclamation.
Client owner, Suncor Energy Oil Sands Limited Partnership. Other key players, Advision, a division of Worley Parsons.
And the Award of Excellence in this category goes to AMEC Foster Wheeler, Environment and Infrastructure for East In-Pit Overflow Structure.
Client owner, Syncrude Canada. Subconsultants, Tetra Tech Canada. Contractors, North American Construction Group. Other key players, Worley Parsons. The East In-Pit Overflow Structure is one of the largest culvert systems in Western Canada and is located within Syncrude Canada's dam under Highway 63. A complex and collaborative project, Syncrude Canada, Worley Parsons, AMEC Foster Wheeler, Tetra Tech Canada, and North American Construction Group work together to meet the project schedule and design criteria. A proprietary fillcrete mix was developed for the culvert backfill application. The design, construction stages, and field execution of this time-sensitive project assured safety, minimized risks, complied with the dam license requirements, and allowed continued operation of Highway 63 during the construction period.
Here are this year's submissions in the Transportation Infrastructure, Roads, Interchanges, Airports, Mass Transit, and Ports category.
Transportation Infrastructure, Roads, Interchanges, Airports, Mass Transit, and Ports. WSP Canada, 50th Avenue, 46th Street, 47th Street intersection improvements. City of Leduc. Urban Systems, 61st Avenue Southwest Greenway Corridor. City of Calgary. ISL Engineering and Land Services. McLeod Trail, 162nd Avenue Diverging Diamond Interchange. City of Calgary. Urban Systems. Trans-Canada Highway and Sarcee Trail Interchange Improvements. Trinity Development Group, City of Calgary.
The winner of the Award of Merit in this category is Urban Systems Limited for the 61st Avenue Southwest Greenway Corridor.
Client owner, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, Gale Studio, San Francisco. Maskell Plenzik and Partners Engineering. Contractors, ALSA Road Construction.
And the winner of the Award of Excellence in this category for 2018 is ISL Engineering and Land Services Limited for the McLeod Trail 162nd Avenue Diverging Diamond Interchange.
Client owner, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, AECOM Canada, Tetra Tech Canada, Canadian Highways Institute, Perkins & Will Canada Architects. Contractors, Graham Infrastructure LP. The McLeod Trail 162nd Avenue interchange provides access to major shopping centres, businesses, and residential communities in southeast Calgary. Long planned as a partial cloverleaf interchange, ISL Engineering and Land Services worked with the City of Calgary to instead design and construct Canada's first diverging diamond interchange at this location. The unique and innovative solution improved safety, increased capacity, and eased construction. Completed in August 2017, the interchange adopted best practices from American and European examples and took Calgary's unique context into consideration.
Congratulations to, as far as I can tell, about 8% of the room. Here are this year's submissions in the Building Engineering Commercial category.
Building Engineering Commercial. Aero Engineering, The Mayfair on Jasper, Procura.
Unfortunately, no first place votes were, no, I'm just kidding. Of course, enormous and well-deserved congratulations to Aero Engineering, the winner of the Award of Excellence in this category this year for the Mayfair on Jasper.
Client owner, Procura. Contractors, ITC Construction Group. Other key players, Procura, Humphreys and Partners Architects LP. Located on one of Edmonton's busiest and most prominent intersections, the Mayfair on Jasper was designed in response to downtown Edmonton's increasing demand for centralized multifamily living with close proximity to amenities and downtown office space. With over 10 stories of luxury condo units, the sustainably focused Mayfair on Jasper is one of the first residential buildings in Edmonton to utilize a cogeneration system, also employing a photovoltaic array of solar panels. These considerations were intended to offer a high standard of sustainability in a mixed-use space, in addition to the reduction of operating costs.
Congratulations again to Aero Engineering. Here are the project submissions for this year's edition of the Community Development category.
Community Development. ISL Engineering and Land Services. Airdrie Utility Master Plan. City of Airdrie. Altera Engineering. City of Edmonton Neighborhood Renewals Building Great Neighborhoods. City of Edmonton Integrated Infrastructure Services. Urban Systems. Curry Phase 3 and Phase 4. Canada Lands Company. SEMA Canada. Engage 10676. City of Edmonton. Opus Stewart Weir. Gun Regional Low Pressure Wastewater System, North 43 Lagoon Commission, WSP Canada, Marwayne Centre Street Revitalization, Village of Marwayne, Associated Engineering, Riel Recreation Park Redevelopment, City of St. Albert, Reed Jones Christopherson, Rocky Ridge Recreation Facility, City of Calgary, MPE Engineering, Wheatland Regional Water System, Wheatland Regional Corporation.
The Award of Merit in this category for 2018 goes to MPE Engineering Limited for Wheatland Regional Water System.
Client Owner, Wheatland Regional Corporation. Subconsultants, Thurber Engineering, Ghost Pine Environmental Services, Proterra Landworks 2, Contractors, Kidco Construction, K-Line Maintenance and Construction, Alpha Construction Calgary, Westpro, a division of Pomerleau, Maple Rangers.
The Award of Excellence in the category of Community Development goes to Reed Jones Christopherson Limited for the stunning Rocky Ridge Recreation Facility.
Client Owner, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, SNC Lavalin, SMP Consulting Electrical Engineers, Urban Systems, Scatliff and Miller and Murray, Councilman Hunsaker. Other key players, GEC Architecture. Every element of Rocky Ridge Recreation Facility, from its undulating lines and bold design, is a testament to structural engineering excellence, showing a high degree of creativity and innovation. Surrounded by natural wetlands, Rocky Ridge sits near Calgary's highest natural elevation point and was purposely designed to complement the rolling hills of Alberta. The indoor activities include ice rinks, aquatic pools, gymnasiums, a fitness center, elevated running track, a Calgary Public Library branch, a theater, and studio space. This extensive program of amenities all fit seamlessly within an untraditionally curvy footprint and underneath North America's largest single wood roof.
Congratulations again on just an absolutely beautiful project. Here are the submissions in the environmental category.
Environmental. Tetra Tech Canada. Assessment of water resources using low-impact development principles. Carewood Lytle Associates, City of Calgary. Golder Associates. Developing reclamation success criteria and monitoring protocols for in situ oil sands reclamation. Suncor Energy Oil Sands Limited Partnership. AMEC Foster Wheeler Environment and Infrastructure. Namur Lake Off-Grid Air Monitoring Station. Fort McKay First Nation. Stantec Consulting. Sanitary Grit Treatment and Recovery Facility at Gold Bar Wastewater Treatment Plant. EPCOR Water Services. Gold Bar Wastewater Treatment Plant.
The winner of the Award of Merit in the environmental category for 2018 is AMEC Foster Wheeler Environment and Infrastructure for their Namur Lake Off-Grid Air Monitoring Station.
Client Owner, Fort McKay First Nation. Subconsultants, Skyfire Energy, SCL Instrumentation, Seabox Depot. Contractors, Robert Scotton Management.
And the Award of Excellence in the environmental category goes to Stantec Consulting Limited for their sanitary grit treatment and recovery facility at the Gold Bar Wastewater Treatment Plant.
Client owner, Epcor Water Services, Gold Bar Wastewater Treatment Plant. Contractors, PCL Construction Management. Disposing of highly odorous debris collected from Edmonton's wastewater sewer system in Clover Bar Lagoons was deemed unsustainable and required an alternative solution to be developed. Stantec, in collaboration with Epcor Water, designed a state-of-the-art purpose-built sanitary grit treatment facility at the Gold Bar Wastewater Treatment Plant. It is the first of its kind in North America and capable of processing and washing up to 3 cubic meters per hour of sanitary grit. The washed grit will have an organic content of less than 3% and the resulting fine grit suitable for reuse.
Here are this year's entries in the category of international.
International. Morrison Hirschfield Limited. Dominica Layou River Disaster Management. Ministry of Public Works and Ports.
Wait for it. The well-deserved Award of Excellence for International this year goes to Morrison Hirschfeld Limited for the Dominica Layou River Disaster Management.
Client owner, Ministry of Public Works and Ports. Subconsultants, Golder Associates. Sorel Engineering, Dominica. The lower Layou River Valley in Dominica was impacted by Hurricane Dean in 2007, the Mathieu landslide dam breach in July 2011, and then by Hurricane Erika in August 2015. The resulting floods were relatively rare events, however, the impact was extreme. These events caused significant damage to infrastructure in the lower reaches and to personal property. The Commonwealth of Dominica funded a vulnerability assessment followed by the rehabilitation of the damaged infrastructure. The rehabilitation phase focused on the 4 kilometers of road between the Hillsborough and York Valley bridges and construction of a community emergency shelter for the people in Layou Village.
Let's take a look at the submissions in the Studies, Software, and Special Services category.
Studies, Software, and Special Services. Associated Engineering. Live Online Water and Wastewater Operator Training Program. Northern Lakes College. ISL Engineering and Land Services. Airdrie Utility Master Plan. City of Airdrie. SMA Consulting. An innovative system for project controls and forecasting. SMA Consulting. SAMANG. Citywide Flood Mitigation Strategy Development. Epcor Drainage Services. Associated Engineering. Northwest Inner City Drainage Study, Sunnyside Review. City of Calgary. MPE Engineering. Strathcona County, SCADA Migration. Strathcona County. SMA Consulting. Winter is Coming. Failure Analysis of Edmonton International Airport Heating System. Edmonton International Airport.
The winner of the Award of Merit in this category is SMA Consulting Limited for Winter is Coming, Failure Analysis of EIA Heating System.
Client owner, Edmonton International Airport. Subconsultants, Dialogue.
And the winner of the Award of Excellence in this category is Associated Engineering for Northwest Intercity Drainage Study, Sunnyside Review.
Client owner, City of Calgary. 2 weeks after the June 2013 flood, Sunnyside's stormwater system received a rainfall that couldn't be discharged to the Bow River, as most of the outfall gates were closed to protect the community. The City of Calgary worked with Associated Engineering to examine this unusual flooding sequence and propose resiliency upgrades. When historical analysis showed that high-intensity rainfall and high river levels had been independent, the team suggested an innovative dual level of service approach, substantially reducing the cost of improvements. A first for the city, this approach sets a precedent for other floodplain communities seeking cost-effective stormwater management solutions.
The winner of the Award of Excellence in the, hang on a second. I just about jumped ahead. That would have been really bad. That would have been really bad. We caught it. Here are the entries. Why don't we start there? In the Transportation Infrastructure Bridges category.
Transportation Infrastructure, Bridges. Stantec Consulting, Terwilliger Park Footbridge, City of Edmonton.
You see, I was just trying to be efficient. The winner of the Award of Excellence in this category is Stantec Consulting Limited for the Terwilliger Park Footbridge.
Client owner, City of Edmonton. Contractors, Graham Construction and Engineering. The first in Edmonton and Canada's longest stressed ribbon bridge, the 3-span Terwilliger Park Footbridge is the second longest and northernmost in the world. Spanning 262 meters across the North Saskatchewan River, it links Terwilliger Park with the existing trail system within Edmonton's River Valley. This unique and innovative design was the most economical option and the option that best met the City of Edmonton's vision and sustainability goals. The bridge system provides economical upfront cost, long-term durability, and an elegant structure to be enjoyed by generations of Edmontonians.
Let's try and push it because this is, yeah.
Let's take a look at this year's entries in the category of Building Engineering Recreational.
Building Engineering, Recreational. Reed Jones Christopherson, Rocky Ridge Recreation Facility, City of Calgary.
The Award of Excellence in this category goes to Reed Jones Christopherson Limited for the Rocky Ridge Recreational Facility. This is a second Excellence Award for this project.
Client owner, City of Calgary. Subconsultants, SNC Lavalin, SMP Consulting Electrical Engineers, Urban Systems, Scatliff and Miller and Murray, Councilman Hunsaker. Other key players, GEC Architecture. Every element of Rocky Ridge Recreation Facility, from its undulating lines and bold design, is a testament to structural engineering excellence, showing a high degree of creativity and innovation. Surrounded by natural wetlands, Rocky Ridge sits near Calgary's highest natural elevation point, and was purposely designed to complement the rolling hills of Alberta. The indoor activities include ice rinks, aquatic pools, gymnasiums, a fitness center, elevated running track, a Calgary Public Library branch, a theater, and studio space. This extensive program of amenities all fit seamlessly within an untraditionally curvy footprint and underneath North America's largest single wood roof.
Here are the project submissions in the Water Resources and Energy Production category.
Water Resources and Energy Production. MPE Engineering. Town of Vegreville North Parkway Stormwater Enhancement Project. Town of Vegreville. Clone Crippen Berger. Calgary Rivers Morphology and Fish Habitat Study. City of Calgary. ISL Engineering and Land Services. Drayton Valley Water Treatment Plant. Town of Drayton Valley. Sheffer Andrew. Fulton Industrial Stormwater Management Facilities. Fulton Industrial Joint Venture. Joint Submission. AMEC Foster Wheeler Environment and Infrastructure. Clone Crippen Berger. MPE Engineering. Innovative concept and designs to combine existing Travers and Little Bow reservoirs. Alberta Transportation. Alberta Environment and Parks. Stantec Consulting. Mackenzie Lift Station. Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo. Associated Engineering. Southwest Water Supply Line. Regional Municipality of Wood Buffalo. Alterra Engineering. Strathcona County Snowmelt Facility. Strathcona County Transportation and Agriculture Services. MPE Engineering. Wheatland Regional Water System. Wheatland Regional Corporation. AECOM Canada. Yellowknife Water Treatment Plant. City of Yellowknife.
The winner of the Award of Merit in this category goes to a joint submission, AMEC Foster Wheeler Environment and Infrastructure and Clone Crippen Berger, MPE Engineering Limited, for their innovative concept and designs to combine existing Travers and Little Bow reservoirs.
Client Owner. Alberta Transportation, Alberta Environment and Parks. Subconsultants. BGC Engineering. Other key players. Bow River Irrigation District.
And the Award of Excellence in the category of Water Resources and Energy Production goes to ISL Engineering and Land Services Limited for the Drayton Valley Water Treatment Plant.
Client Owner. Town of Drayton Valley. Subconsultants. Manask Isaac Architects. Clark Engineering. Golder Associates. Magna 4. Hagen Engineering and Testing. Contractors. Nason Contracting Group. Parkway Enterprises. Commissioned in 1971, Drayton Valley's water treatment plant had reached the end of its service life and was no longer equipped to provide potable water to the town's existing and future populations. The town retained ISL Engineering and Land Services to design and deliver a new 11,000 square foot facility that was both innovative in its use of ultrafiltration membranes to eliminate turbidity issues and a model for sustainable design and construction.
Seems like a pretty boring place to work there, ISL Engineering, eh? Where every day's a Friday. And ladies and gentlemen, now in our final category, believe it or not, the submissions here in the Sustainable Design category.
Sustainable Design. Urban Systems. 61st Avenue Southwest Greenway Corridor, City of Calgary. Stantec Consulting. City of Calgary Composting Facility. Chinook Resource Management Group, City of Calgary. ISL Engineering and Land Services. Drayton Valley Water Treatment Plant. Town of Drayton Valley. Sheffer Andrew, Fulton Industrial Stormwater Management Facilities, Fulton Industrial Joint Venture. Tetra Tech Canada, geotechnical design of thermopile foundation for RCMP detachment Inuvik. Public Works and Government Services Canada. Joint submission, AMEC Foster Wheeler Environment and Infrastructure, Clone Crippen Berger, MPE Engineering. Innovative concept and designs to combine existing Travers and Little Bow reservoirs. Alberta Transportation, Alberta Environment and Parks. AMEC Foster Wheeler Environment and Infrastructure. Namur Lake Off-Grid Air Monitoring Station, Fort McKay First Nation. Clone Crippen Berger, Riverdale Avenue Retaining Wall Replacement Project, City of Calgary. Stantec Consulting, Sanitary Grit Treatment and Recovery Facility at Gold Bar Wastewater Treatment Plant. EPCOR Water Services, Gold Bar Wastewater Treatment Plant. Dialogue, Singmar Centre for Learning, Norquest College. Norquest College. Stantec Consulting, Terwilliger Park Footbridge, City of Edmonton. Aero Engineering, The Mayfair on Jasper, Procura. MPE Engineering, Town of Vegreville North Parkway Stormwater Enhancement Project, Town of Vegreville.
What a field. The Award of Merit in the category of Sustainable Design goes to Stantec Consulting Limited for Sanitary Grit Treatment and Recovery Facility at Gold Bar Wastewater Treatment Plant.
Client owner, EPCOR Water Services, Gold Bar Wastewater Treatment Plant. Contractors, PCL Construction Management.
And the final award this evening is the Award of Excellence in the category of Sustainable Design. And it goes to Stantec Consulting Limited for the City of Calgary Composting Facility.
Client owner, Chinook Resource Management Group, City of Calgary. Contractors, Bird Construction, Maple Reindeers. Nearly 60% of single-family household garbage in Calgary comprises compostable waste. When it goes to landfills, natural composting benefits cannot occur and it emits higher levels of greenhouse gases. The City of Calgary wanted to change this, reducing its use of landfills with the new Calgary Composting Facility. Engineers, architects, and builders worked closely, applying imaginative problem-solving to a set of challenges that demanded a new approach. The result is a state-of-the-art facility that is ushering in a new chapter in Calgary's journey to sustainability and paving the road ahead for other municipalities to reach their waste diversion goals.
Well, congratulations again to Stantec on a big win there on the final award of the evening, and to all of those who submitted projects this year. We are certainly in good, albeit oftentimes in unseen hands, with the talent evident in each of these submissions. Well done, of course, to the winners that were recognized tonight, and thank you to everyone who participated in our awards program. The judges relayed that they had an incredibly difficult time choosing the winners, as there were many innovative, very strong projects on display this year, an incredible showing, of course, of the consulting engineering industry. This officially concludes our awards program this evening. We'd like to recognize our partners, though, enabling this evening to come to fruition. Representing FMAV, Vince Kangas and his team has just done an amazing job. It's always a pleasure to work with them with their audiovisual technology. Dana Mikan of Impression Communication did a wonderful job creating the videos that we enjoyed tonight. CR Services, we sure appreciate their assistance in labeling the custom bottles of wine tonight. Alex Armstrong of Three Tall Women, a joy to work with, coordinated the ballroom decor here tonight. Want to let you know that each of the centerpieces on the table can be taken home. We like to make it nice and easy. You don't have to say the year, but you can say the date at each table. If your birthday is the closest to today, the arrangement is yours. There is, as a matter of fact, plastic to protect the bouquets from the elements. You'll find those in the foyer with the magazines that are being distributed. Our photography expertise this evening, our thanks to Avonlea Photography. Always great to work with these guys. Photos will be posted to the CEA website. I'd also personally like to recognize the CEA team. As mentioned, Lisa Cruda is incredible at what she does. Chantel Sargent, Amanda Riendo, and Inderjeet Singh, all part of that team, along with CEO Ken Pillip. As they say, coming together is a beginning, keeping together is progress, and working together is success. Your dedication to the association certainly does not go unnoticed. Well done in delivering another first-class event. Before you go, I'd like to remind all Project Award winners that you can pick up your award prints this evening, as well as your client's award print in the lobby desk that's located by the coat check. Before you leave, make sure you take those home with you. Also, the 2018 issue of the CEA Alberta Innovators magazine, available in the lobby as you leave. It has been embargoed until this very moment because it features all of this evening's winners. This concludes the Consulting Engineers of Alberta 2018 Showcase Awards program. We'd like to thank you for being part of this Friday evening. And I'll leave you with this. There's nothing to believe in more strongly than getting young men and women interested in science and engineering for a better tomorrow for all humankind. For those that wish to continue your festivities, which is a very diplomatic way to say, for those of you that are ready to rip off your ties and get this thing going, we invite you to join CEA President David Nagy in the President's after-party reception in room 107, located directly across from this ballroom. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ryan Jesperson. It is an honor and a pleasure to be here with you every year. Thank you for a memorable evening. Good night, and take care.